You've always heard, eat your vegetables. But what if I told you that some of the most common ones in your kitchen could be silently hurting you, especially after 60? From kidney stones to joint pain, even blood sugar spikes. Today we expose 8 vegetables that may be doing more harm than good to seniors. Number 3, it's one most people eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. As we age, our bodies change. Our digestion slows, our kidneys filter differently. Our medications start to interact with what we eat. And while vegetables are essential, not all of them are harmless. Some vegetables, when eaten in the wrong form, in the wrong amount, or alongside certain medications, can lead to bloating, inflammation, even dangerous drops in blood pressure. Take Margaret, for example. She's 68. She walks every morning, eats her vegetables faithfully, and avoids sugar. But at her last checkup, her doctor told her uric acid levels were climbing and she was at risk for gout. The surprise? It wasn't red meat. It was peas, something she'd been eating almost every day. "No one ever told me vegetables could do that," she said. And she's not alone. In this video, we'll explore 8 vegetables seniors should either limit, avoid, or prepare differently, all backed by real studies and real solutions. Let's dive in. 1. Spinach, the oxalate overload. Spinach is often seen as a superfood, but for older adults, it can quietly become a health risk, especially if eaten the wrong way. Take George, 66. He was proud of his clean, plant-based diet. He had spinach salads almost every day. But when he developed kidney stones, twice in 1 year, his doctor asked a surprising question. "Do you eat a lot of raw spinach?" Turns out, spinach is high in oxalates, natural compounds that bind with calcium in your body. That binding forms sharp crystals, which can build up in the kidneys and cause painful stones. Worse yet, spinach is also packed with vitamin K, which can interfere with blood thinners like warfarin, putting some seniors at serious risk. So, what's the fix? Boiling spinach can reduce oxalates by up to 80%. And if you're prone to kidney stones or on blood thinners, limit your intake to about 1/2 cup cooked per day. Have you ever experienced kidney stones, or are you on any blood thinners? Let us know in the comments, you might help someone else. Coming up next, we'll reveal a vegetable that looks innocent, but can spike your blood sugar faster than soda. 2. Potatoes, glycemic trap. Potatoes are a comfort food. Mashed, baked, or fried, they show up on dinner plates everywhere. But for seniors, they can be a dangerous trap in disguise. Frank, 72, had given up sugary drinks, but his blood sugar was still spiking. His energy crashed every afternoon. His doctor pointed to something he never suspected: potatoes. You see, potatoes have a glycemic index between 82 and 111, higher than table sugar in some cases. That means they break down into sugar quickly, flooding your bloodstream. This leads to energy crashes, weight gain, and for diabetics, real risk. And when potatoes are baked or fried, they create acrylamide, a chemical linked to cancer in animal studies, according to the FDA. But don't worry, you don't have to give up flavor. Try mashed cauliflower instead. It's creamy, comforting, and won't spike your sugar. And if you still enjoy the occasional potato, soak it in vinegar water before cooking. That simple step can cut acrylamide formation by up to 75%. Have you been eating potatoes thinking they were safe? Drop a comment if this surprised you. You're not alone. Next, we'll look at a vegetable often praised for its benefits, but dangerous if you're diabetic. 3. Bitter gourd, diabetes danger. Bitter gourd. It's been praised in many cultures as a natural way to manage blood sugar, and yes, it can help. But for seniors, especially those on diabetes medications, it can also push blood sugar dangerously low. Eleanor, 70, started drinking bitter gourd juice every morning. She'd read that it helped regulate insulin, but within days, she felt lightheaded, nauseous, and weak. Her son rushed her to the ER. Her blood sugar had dropped far too low. What happened? Bitter gourd contains a compound called charantin. It mimics insulin's action in the body. So if you're already taking medication to lower your blood sugar, and you add bitter gourd on top of that, your glucose levels can crash. One study found that 72% of seniors who combine bitter gourd with meds experience symptoms like dizziness, nausea, and even fainting. That doesn't mean you have to give it up completely, but moderation is key. Limit your intake to about 50 grams, no more than twice a week, and always consult your doctor if you're on glucose-lowering meds. Have you tried bitter gourd before? How did it affect you? Drop your story in the comments. We read everyone. Next up, a veggie that looks healthy, but could be carrying dangerous bacteria. 4 raw sprouts, bacterial bomb. Sprouts look innocent, crisp, fresh, full of life. But what many seniors don't know is they can also be a bacterial time bomb. Leo, 69, loved adding raw sprouts to his sandwiches. He believed they were healthy, and they are. Until one afternoon, he felt nauseous and feverish. At the hospital, doctors discovered he had a salmonella infection. The source, raw alfalfa sprouts. According to a report from the CDC, 18% of commercial sprouts test positive for harmful bacteria like E. coli or salmonella. Sprouts are grown in warm, moist conditions, the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. For young people, the immune system usually handles it. But in seniors, the immune response can be 40% slower, making it harder to fight off foodborne illness. The result? A simple sandwich topping can turn into a dangerous hospitalization. But here's the fix. Just blanch your sprouts at 75 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. That one step kills over 99% of bacteria while keeping the crunch and nutrients intact. Do you eat raw sprouts in salads or sandwiches? Let us know in the comments, especially if you've ever had a bad reaction. And next, we'll look at a common nightshade that could be making your joint pain worse. 5. Eggplant. Nightshade. Inflammation. Eggplant is hearty, delicious, and versatile. But for many older adults dealing with joint pain or arthritis, this popular veggie could be making things worse. Barbara, 73, had arthritis in her knees. Some days were manageable, but others? Her joints flared up with stiffness and swelling that lasted into the night. She started tracking what she ate and noticed a pattern. The worst days always followed her favorite meal, eggplant lasagna. The reason lies in a group of plants called nightshades. Eggplants contain alkaloids, compounds that can trigger inflammation in sensitive individuals. A study published in Clinical Nutrition Journal found that 68% of arthritis patients reported flare-ups 6 to 8 hours after consuming nightshades, especially eggplant and tomatoes. It's not just about pain. That inflammation can increase stiffness, reduce mobility, and make everyday movement more difficult. So, what's the fix? If you love eggplant for its texture, try zucchini instead. It's soft, flexible, and easy to season the same way. But it won't spike your inflammation like nightshades might. Have you ever noticed joint pain after eating eggplant, peppers, or tomatoes? Let us know below. You may help someone else make the connection. Next, we'll look at a popular food you've been told is healthy, but may carry hidden cancer risks when eaten raw. 6 mushrooms. Cook or risk. Mushrooms are a favorite among many seniors. They're earthy, low in calories, and full of flavor. But if you're eating them raw, you may be taking a risk you don't realize. Helen, 70, added raw mushrooms to her salad every day. It was part of her clean eating routine. But during a nutrition workshop, she learned something that stopped her cold. Raw mushrooms, especially shiitake, contain a compound called agaritine. And in rodent studies, agaritine has been linked to tumor growth and cancer formation. The science isn't settled for humans yet, but many experts, including researchers from food and chemical toxicology, recommend minimizing exposure, especially for older adults with slower detox systems. Thankfully, there's a simple fix. Cooking mushrooms for just 15 minutes can reduce agaritine levels by up to 93%. Even better, heat actually boosts the antioxidant activity in mushrooms. So, you're not losing nutrition, you're gaining safety. Do you usually eat your mushrooms raw or cooked? Let us know in the comments, and if you've ever been surprised by a healthy habit like this. Next, we'll talk about a sweet, innocent veggie that could be quietly increasing your uric acid levels and triggering gout. 7 peas, purine. Problem peas may look harmless, small, sweet, and packed with fiber. But for older adults dealing with joint pain or gout, peas might be doing more harm than good. Walter, 71, had suffered from occasional gout flare-ups. He blamed red meat and alcohol, so he cut them out, hoping the pain would fade. But strangely, the swelling in his big toe kept coming back. It wasn't until his nutritionist reviewed his diet that the real culprit came out: green peas. You see, peas are surprisingly high in purines, compounds that break down into uric acid. And when uric acid builds up in the blood, it can crystallize in the joints, causing intense pain, redness, and swelling. According to the Arthritis Foundation, purine-rich vegetables like peas, spinach, and mushrooms can worsen gout in sensitive individuals, especially those over 60. But you don't have to give up peas completely. Pair them with alkaline veggies like cucumber or celery. These foods help neutralize acidity, making it easier for your body to manage uric acid buildup. Have you or someone you know dealt with gout? What foods made it worse or better? Share below. Next, we'll look at a vegetable most people love for its sweetness, but your gut may disagree. 8. Corn, digestive drag. Corn is sweet, satisfying, and often seen as harmless. It's in salads, soups, and side dishes across American tables. But for many older adults, it's quietly causing digestive distress. Bill, 73, loved his corn on the cob. It was his favorite summer treat, but he often felt bloated, sluggish, and uncomfortable after meals. At first, he blamed the meat or the seasoning, but then he noticed the pattern. It was always after corn. Here's why. As we age, the body produces less of a key enzyme called amylase. Amylase is essential for breaking down starchy carbs like those found in corn. In fact, research shows that adults over 65 make about 38% less amylase than in their younger years. Without enough of it, corn can sit in the gut undigested, leading to bloating, gas, and fatigue. A survey by the National Institute on Aging found that 23% of seniors experience noticeable bloating within 4 hours of eating corn. But there's a simple, gut-friendly alternative: steamed kabocha squash. It's sweet, fiber-rich, and much easier to digest without the uncomfortable side effects. Have you ever felt bloated after a meal and didn't know why? Corn might be the hidden cause. Coming up, let's recap the 8 vegetables you should watch out for and what to eat instead. Let's take a moment to bring it all together. You've just learned about 8 vegetables that most people believe are healthy, but for seniors, they can carry surprising risks. Spinach may be rich in nutrients, but it's also high in oxalates, which bind to calcium and can lead to kidney stones if eaten raw and in large amounts. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin, it can also interfere with your medication. Potatoes, especially when baked or fried, have a glycemic index higher than table sugar, causing blood sugar spikes and increasing the risk of insulin resistance. Bitter gourd, though praised for lowering blood sugar, can become dangerous when combined with diabetes medication, leading to serious crashes in blood glucose levels. Raw sprouts might look innocent, but they're often a breeding ground for Salmonella and E. coli, especially risky for seniors with slower immune response. Eggplant, a nightshade vegetable, can trigger inflammation and worsen arthritis symptoms in those sensitive to its alkaloids. Mushrooms, when eaten raw, contain agaritine, a compound linked to cancer in animal studies. Thankfully, cooking can reduce it by up to 93%. Peas are high in purines, which break down into uric acid, fueling gout flare-ups in older adults. Pair them wisely with alkaline veggies like cucumber or celery. And finally, corn, sweet but hard to digest. Older adults produce less amylase, the enzyme needed to break down starch, leading to bloating and sluggishness. You don't have to fear vegetables, but you do need to know how they interact with your aging body. Small adjustments like cooking, swapping, or limiting frequency can protect your kidneys, blood sugar, joints, and digestion. Still with me? Up next, I'll show you the 5 best vegetables to fight inflammation and boost circulation, especially for your legs. And I promise, some of them will surprise you. So, here's the truth. Your diet isn't just about nutrition, it's about mobility, independence, and quality of life, especially as you age. Margaret, 68, made a few simple changes to her meals. Just swapped out 2 vegetables and added 1 new leafy green. Within weeks, her energy improved. Her joints felt less stiff. She didn't need more medication, she just needed the right information. And now, so do you, because aging doesn't have to mean weakness. It can mean wisdom, smart choices, staying strong. So don't stop here. In our next video, we'll show you 5 vegetables that help reverse inflammation and boost circulation, especially in your legs. One of them is incredibly powerful, but rarely talked about. Click here to watch now. That one click might just be the first step to a stronger, healthier you.